Welcome everyone. So in this episode we are going to discuss about adding context to accelerometer measurements with event markers, how this can enhance your data and enable you to do better research. So basically event marker we have now, for example, in our Fibion G2 device, there's a button in the device that participants can just press and it will leave a time-stamped marker in the data. So pretty simple, but these are actually very useful as you can get real-world context from participants for your data. So when you are measuring acceleration, you get different things. You can add these markers to really get more context for your data, and they can be used as reference points for specific events, reference point for way to analyze the data, and basically they add clarity and context to raw signals. They connect data to real world activities, and many times the raw signal, it is messy. It's sometimes difficult to know what's happening there. So we can, for example, measure physical activity, but we don't know where it happens, for example, and this is where the marker but can really help. And there is also possibility to use smartphone app for marking events, but having done studies with people who in their busy normal daily lives, it is really beneficial when they don't need to have a smartphone app, don't need to open the phone and so on, but having just the button in the device that they can just press it. And it leads to better adherence in normal daily life settings. As simple as it feels, opening a smartphone app and clicking something or tapping something, it is many times the adherence is very low in normal daily life situation as people are busy and they easily forget to do that. And if we look practical applications of event markers, so for example in behavioral research, you can mark transitions. In sleep research, people are usually asked to press the button when they go to bed. So it is used to distinguish between the bedtime and the other time, and then it's easier to measure, for example, how long it takes for the person to fall asleep. You can, for example, use it when person leaves the house, so you can get the indoor-outdoor differentiation there. You can, for example, ask them to press button when they start exercising, although that you usually see from a good accelerometer recordings. Then, for example, you can use it to segment the data for work and free time. So when persons start working and when they stop working, you can then automatically analyze and divide the data to occupational physical activity and free time physical activity, which is often quite useful. And yeah, like I said, in sleep studies, you can, for example, mark the bedtime, you can mark the wake up time, or you could mark the nocturnal awakenings for more accurate analysis. And basically, it depends. Whatever you happen to need in your study, you can ask participants to add marker for that. Of course, you cannot have too many of the markers. They cannot be pressing for everything. It gets too complicated, so you need to keep it simple. But you can basically just ask them to do it whatever fits for your study. And then if we think, how do these event markers enhance data analysis? It gives improved context. So it ties raw data to specific real-world actions, creating a clear picture of participant behavior, and it can provide enhanced accuracy. So algorithms can utilize these event markers to refine automatic classification, for example, separating physical activity based on context. And you can also use them as a validation of participant reports, so they can act as a reliable reference to compare against participant reported data. You can also use them in error handling or improving the analysis. So let's say that participants are pressing the button most of the days when they enter the bed, but then some days they forget to press. From the days that I have pressed, you can probably then analyze easier that you know the raw data pattern and you know when they press the button. You can then extrapolate easier for those days when they forgot to press the button, so it might improve the overall quality of the data. And like I said, it's possible to include these markers automatically in the algorithm. So for example, if you're analyzing data in R or something, you can use it to segment, and it's possible to automate the data analysis much better when you have these markers in the data. Yeah, so hopefully I was able to give an idea how to use this kind of markers. And like I said, our new Fibion G2 device, it has an event marker and many nice features. So if you're interested in it, check our website. If you want to have a chat with me or Dr. Miriam Caprita, you can book a call time from our website, and we are glad to help you with your research needs. Thanks for listening and have a brilliant day.